everybody, I am Jan, one of the Child Life volunteers, and today we are going to make super fun, awesome paper snakes. So all you will need is the template that should be printed on either colored paper or normal paper, whatever you want, and you can decorate these however you want. So they should be pre-cut. If they are not, make sure you ask somebody to cut them for you or get some help cutting those so nobody gets hurt. And then the other thing you will need is some markers, pens for decoration, or some tape and glue. You can use a glue stick or you can use these little tapes. Either one, perfectly fine, they will both work. You should have all these little strips that you have either cut out or that have been cut for you. Either one is fine. And then these two important pieces, the tail and the head, which are gonna come last. So what we're gonna do is super simple. We're gonna put this into like a little circle. So all you do is fold it into a little circle. And if you have a glue stick, go ahead and put some glue on one side and then fold the other one right on top of it. That way you have your little circle. I am going to go ahead and use my little trusty tape here and do that. So then you take the next one and you slide it right on through and close it around. And then you will have your glue on one side, put it on top of itself, or use your trusty tape it closed, and now you have two little interlocked pieces that are gonna form your snake. So you are going to do this over and over again until you have a snake as long as you would like, until you run out of paper. I have around 10 strips of paper outside of the head. So craft on along and make your own. And if you're a little bit behind, I do work a little bit fast, I'm sorry. You can pause it and then make your long snake until we get to the head and tail. And then that way, you'll be at the same pace as I am. I think snakes are super awesome, which I thought this would be super cool. Look at it, it's getting so long. I'm actually really low on paper. I should have made more. Maybe I'll make sure that you guys have plenty of paper. That way, you can make even more. Because you want this thing to be long, and if you can decorate with these if you want. You can put them all over your room and have them dangling from the ceilings and scare everybody that comes inside. That'll be really fun. All right, I have one more body piece. There we go. Yeah, this is a little bit short, but you know, it's still a snake. And look, it makes a little bit of noise, but it definitely moves like a snake would. And then we're gonna go ahead and tape this together. There we go. And mine isn't super awesome and decorated. I'm really sorry. I'm not super artistically inclined that way. I can draw, but I can't decorate that well. So if you do decorate these beforehand, go ahead and just draw on each of the pieces of paper. And then you can make sure that the decorated side is going to be on the outside, and that will look super cool and awesome. Even if you have completely different designs on each one, it'll still look super awesome. Now it looks like I am one short. I'm going to need one more little piece to make sure that this top side and this bottom side look facing the same way. You see how this one is facing that way and this one's facing that way? That's gonna be a problem when we put our snake head on. and our tail. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put our snake head on. So this is our head. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it through just like all the other ones. But the important thing on this one is your bottom side should be at the base of the head, like this. And that way your snake head is sticking out the front of it and not rolled onto the piece. So the thing that's going to go a little bit differently if you're using tape is you're going to have to, let me set the snake down a little bit, make your tape into double-sided tape. So all you're going to do is kind of roll it. That way all sides of your little tape roll have tape glue sticky side on it. And then you're going to go ahead and just stick it on there and then stick it on under. And there we go. The snake now has a head. And then can slither on around. Now, with this last piece, I am unfortunately missing one. So what I'm gonna do, like I said before, you can go ahead and grab yourself any piece of paper. This is just from my endless amounts of homework. I'm gonna go on my last page here, and I am going to take myself a little extra piece. So all I'm doing is I am tearing a little straight piece. And I'm gonna stop it right there. So now I have an extra strip of paper. Put that away. And then do the same thing I did with all the other pieces. Slide that on through. And, doesn't want to fold. There we go. And put it on there. Now everything is facing the correct way. I have a little inlet here where I can put my tail. And with the tail, you're gonna do the same thing as you did with the head. You're gonna take your tail piece, slide it on through, point it downward, and then tape it down like that. That way, you should end with a long little snake. Your snake now has a fully attached tail and a fully attached head. And that's it. Now you have your cool little snake that slithers all around. You can put it around your neck if it's long enough. Mine unfortunately is not. And you can also decorate it. I'm gonna put mine right on up there next to the tennis racket. Now it's gonna look down on me and be my little friend. I hope you really enjoyed. Go ahead and make as many of these as you want. There should be plenty of paper around, and have fun.